Hey Tiger, what are you eating up there?
An apple muffin?
Give me that.
No! No!
All right, we're going. So first things first, get a scale. Makes your life so much easier. So what I do with the scale is I'll take whatever vessel that I'm working with, in this case, the stand mixing bowl, put that on there, and then I'll tare it. Tare it just means to bring it down to 0, and that's it. Now I could just dump in all my ingredients instead of having to bust out all these different measuring cups, different containers. It's done for me right there. So let me go ahead and start these English muffins. I haven't made English muffins in years, and I don't have my own recipe. I have a recipe that I would follow at one of the restaurants I worked at. I'm just gonna get the butter on melting back here. About 300 grams of milk, whole milk. And then to that, I'm going to add about 8 grams of some yeast. I always keep my yeast in the I always keep my yeast in the freezer, by the way. It just keeps it fresher longer. Then I just give this a whisk, just like such. And then to that, I can add in 1 whole egg. This is a large egg, by the way. Toss that in. Little whisk. Then my sugar. It is about 30 grams of regular good old white sugar. Pinch of kosher salt, I'd say about 3-ish grams. And then to that, melted butter. Give that a little whisk. And then I'm just gonna add in my flour. It's about 330 grams of flour. By the way, I keep my flour in a airtight container like this. It's pretty simple. Get yourself one of these, it's great. Anyways, tossing in my flour, about 330 grams, 350, whatever, a little over. Sorry guys, I'm a little tired today. If I sound kind of like down and monotone, just a little tired. Okay, put that there. Shit. And then we mix. I'm using the dough connection, by the way, for this. The dough hook connection for this. Also, if you guys happen to like this style of video, let me know in the comments. This is still a fairly new style of video for me. It's nothing fancy. It's just me here talking to you, one straight up angle. I might change the angle every now and then to the stove, but this is it. This is what you get here. Always scrape the sides of the bowl, by the way, just so you can get all that flour thoroughly incorporated. I do remember seeing that it does make an effect. I remember seeing it with chocolate chip cookies. If you don't like actually scrape the bottom of the mixing bowl and incorporate it, the cookies come out all whack. So I tend to just do that with everything now. I mean, it makes sense. The mixer doesn't really scrape the bottom of the bowl because then it would be like scraping away at the metal. And then I'll typically take the hook like that and then just scrape it off with my fingers. Then I cover it. And I'm gonna set this aside for around 30 minutes. If it's a little colder in your environment like mine, I'd say about an hour. And you wanna just do that till it doubles in size. But thanks to good movie magic, I've already got some ready here. Ready to go. Flour your surface. Maybe keep some on the side there. Flour your surface thoroughly. And it's gonna be basically like biscuits. Gonna take our dough and it's gonna go down on the floured surface. And we're gonna pat it down. So I just want to spread this out. About an inch thick is what I'm looking for. It doesn't need to look perfect, by the way. You can cut them into squares if you'd like. You can cut them into triangles if you'd like, whatever you want. But I'm just gonna go like the classic looking English muffin route. Okay, now here, I'm using what's called a ring mold. I'm gonna say, McDonald's English muffin, probably around this size, I'd say. So I'm gonna go for that size. Try to not drop all my stuff. And then we're just gonna punch out some rings. Remove all that, and this you can save for something else. Maybe a treat, maybe fry it up, toss it with some sugar. Sheet tray, sprinkle down semolina flour. If you don't have semolina flour, you can go ahead and use cornmeal. Semolina is a little finer though, so it's gonna be a little nicer to touch when you bite into it. Anyways, just place those on your tray. Try to keep a good amount of space between each one of them because what we're going to be doing on this tray is proofing them. And guys, I swear I did not plan this, but it's like the perfect amount for this one tray. I didn't plan that. Looks great. Anyways, before I proof, I want to just try cutting a little M just on one of them, just like as a test to see if I can get like an M stamped muffin. So it's like McDonald's, you know what I mean? McDonald's or the Matt muffin. Anyways, I'm just going to do a little M on one, see how it goes. Oh, I also forgot to mention, you want to sprinkle some semolina on the tops of all of these as well. That's it. Then I just put them to sleep, let them rest. Okay, and 30 minutes later, look at that. We've got a nice proof on our English muffins. Now these are gonna be ready to take onto the skillet. Yes, that's right, skillet. I'm not gonna bake these. You just cook them off on a skillet, both sides. I'm gonna show you right now, check it out. Take yourself a skillet like this, toss in some butter and melt that off. Now the English muffins just go down on the pan. Very simple. I have these on about medium heat and there's just a touch of butter in the pan. That's basically it. Good to go, everybody. Give them a little flippy flip. Now here is a little trick to get a McDonald's fluffy egg puck thing. Okay, now I know it's not the best way to have an egg, probably, right? But it's sort of nostalgic. If you grew up with McDonald's, you like that fluffy egg puck. It just hits different when you're having a McMuffin, right? So I'm gonna just show you how to do that. One egg into a blender. Whenever you're doing scrambled eggs like this, you want it to be thoroughly, come on egg, why aren't you coming out? It's like stuck there. Okay, you want it to be thoroughly mixed. So into a little blender. And then here is a little tip here. We take about 1/4 teaspoon of baking powder. That goes in. And then a little nub of butter in. Pinch of salt. Close that guy up. Put her in. And then we blend. Toss in a little spout of butter. And then we put our ring mold down. Then just pour in your eggs. Then there's a point where we just give it a flip. There we go, we've got our fluffy puck of egg. Or in my humble opinion, you could just make some beautiful scrambled eggs. Now, for beautiful scrambled eggs, I typically will take the eggs and crack them in the pan, but if you want like a silky smooth scrambled egg, blend them in the blender. And then you want to make sure to not stir it like crazy constant. We don't want a small curd for a sandwich. We want a large curd. We don't want it to be super runny. I like to have a large curd for a sandwich or even for a breakfast taco. So I'm not going to stir it crazy fast. I'm going to let it cook a bit. And at this point, I can remove it from the heat. I could put a spatula down, and then I'll spoon my scrambled eggs in there so I can get that hockey puck look. For our sandwich, we're just going to go ahead and do some bacon. And there's our beautiful English muffin. Stunner. I'm just going to cut it down the center and then toast it off with a touch of butter. Beautiful. Man, I used to do this so much when I worked brunch. We had English muffins on the menu. We also had a crab eggs Benedict on the menu. This is bringing back some memories. I don't really have English muffins at home, to be honest. Stunning. Look at that beautiful toast. All right, we're good to plate. Beautiful homemade English muffin down first, followed by our scrambled egg, American cheese, and then 2 beautiful strips of bacon. And there we go, that's a Matt muffin. That's freaking beautiful, look at that. That is stunning. I think I like this more than the egg puck. Fuck the egg puck, don't even listen to what I said about that. This is way cooler. Yum, okay. Hey babe, your McMuffin's ready.
All right. Here we go. Yum. So excited. So excited. All right. Mmm. Did you make the biscuits?
Yeah.
They look so professional.
The English muffins, yeah.
No way. Oh my god. I love it.
It's good.
I want it every morning. I'm not kidding. I'm not just saying that. Can I take this?
All right, everybody. That was take 2 on this series of cooking random takeouts for my girlfriend. So comment down below which one you want to see next.
I want to see this every morning.